Welcome to Surgery Squad's virtual abdominal liposuction. I'm Dr. Susie, and I'll be assisting you with this surgery today.
Dr. Susie.
Liposuction is a minimally invasive surgical procedure that is used to remove fat deposits from various areas of the body. The areas that liposuction is generally performed are the abdomen, hips, inner and outer thighs, flanks or love handles, and inner arms. Today we'll be using the tumescent technique to remove fat deposits from our patient's abdomen. The word tumescent means swollen and firm, and with this technique we'll be injecting such a large volume of the fluid into the fat deposits that our patient's abdomen literally becomes tumescent. After injecting the fluid, we'll be using a hollow metal tube called a cannula to break up and essentially vacuum fat deposits out of the body. Before we begin, remember that liposuction is not an alternative to diet and exercise. And, unfortunately, not everyone is a good candidate for liposuction. To be a good candidate, one must usually be over 18 years old, in good general health, be within 30% of their ideal weight, and have made an honest attempt at losing weight through dieting and exercise with little success. Luckily, our patient is not only a great candidate for liposuction, but she doesn't smoke, which will greatly speed up the recovery process. Now that we've covered the basics, let's scrub in. The first thing we need to do is mark the target area. This provides our patient and ourselves with a clear idea of where we'll be removing fat deposits. Why don't you give it a shot? That looks great. Now we need to take photos of our patient so she can see the before and after results. Go ahead and take one picture of the front of the patient's abdomen and one picture of the side.
So, hari ni aku nak main surgery squad. Jom kita main. This game is full of information. And korang boleh belajar banyak benda.
Next, we'll have our patient turn to the side so you can take the second picture. Nice composition.
Nice.
Our patient has been prepped and is now in the operating room. The next step is to numb the incision points that we're going to use to extract the fat deposits. Give it a try.
Give it a try. Cubalah kejap, bukan selalu kan. Tak adalah teruk sangat bunyi dia.
With the incision points numbed, we're going to inject the tumescent fluid using an infiltration cannula to anesthetize the target areas and dislodge the fat deposits, making it easier to suck them out. Go ahead and take a stab at it.
Kau macam masuk mesin je. Bongok sia. Ya Allah. Weh, sedap weh tembak kat situ. Ini ke tumescent fluid? So, dia punya perut macam makin besar.
Excellent job. Now that we've injected the tumescent fluid, let's begin the liposuction. Use the suction cannula to remove the fat deposits from the patient.
Click each fat. Oh, dah sedut. Mana apa lemak tu dah keluar. Oh, senang je benda ni. Kalau macam tu aku pun boleh buat. Sedut. Sop.
You're a natural. Have you ever considered a career in the medical field? Now that we've completed the liposuction on our patient, it's time for recovery. We're not going to suture the incisions. Since they were so small, they can heal without sutures. Our patient will need to wear a compression garment for 2 to 6 weeks. This garment holds the tissues together, controls swelling, and provides additional support as her body heals. She should be able to return to normal activity within a few weeks, and there will still be some bruising that should fade within a few days. Any swelling that our patient has may take a little while longer to subside. The final result of the liposuction will be evident in about 1 to 3 months after the surgery, although they will see a noticeable difference within days or weeks. Although the suctioned fat deposits are gone, if the patient does not maintain a proper diet and exercise regimen, the remaining fat deposits could enlarge, creating irregularities in the patient's abdomen. And that's abdominal liposuction. You've done a fantastic job. Why not try your surgical skills in another great surgery here at surgerysquad.com.
Detached retina surgery? What the hell was that? Okay, aku nak try untuk apa
Hello,
cataract
and welcome
surgery.
to Surgery Squad's Cataract Surgery. I'm Dr. Susie,
What's your
and I'll
cataract
be guiding
surgery?
you through this
Hi,
procedure
Dr. Susie
today.
again.
A cataract is a clouding of the lens inside the eye.
Okay.
The lens is located behind the pupil and focuses light on the retina. A cataract causes loss of vision that can't be corrected with glasses, contact lenses, or even LASIK, so it must be surgically removed. We're going to remove the clouded lens and replace it with a new one called an intraocular lens, or IOL.
IOL?
The surgery takes about an hour and can be done on an outpatient basis. Today, our patient is a 66-year-old woman who has noticed an increased blurriness in her vision, as well as decreased night vision. She saw her eye professional, and she detected cataracts and recommended her to us for surgery. Let's begin. First, we need to administer a relaxing sedative intravenously. This will make our patient drowsy, but not put her to sleep.
Cocok je lah. Sak. Apcu. Woo! Perlu kau buat bunyi tu. But technically aku tak pernah kena lagi guna macam ni, so aku tak tahu.
Just prior to surgery, additional drops of anesthetic are applied.
Anesthetic. Tak kat mata. Okay, not bad.
We'll use a device called a speculum to hold the eye open wide
speculum?
during the procedure. Place the speculum for me, please.
So,
We begin the surgery with a small,
gila.
incision. This is called a limbo corneal incision. It's done by making a small cut in the limbus with a crescent knife.
Nak kena potong mata.
Next, we use the crescent knife to make a corneal tunnel into the interior chamber of the eye.
Okay, draw a crescent knife. Oh!
A thick, transparent viscoelastic fluid is injected to fill the space between the cataract and the delicate underside of the clear cornea in front of it.
Okay.
This is done to keep the cornea from collapsing during the procedure. Help me out and inject the fluid into our patient's eye.
Okay. Bawa masuk cair je. Kepala kotak dia masuk macam tu. Ya Allah.
Now we need to make a 2.85 millimeter wide incision at the edge of the cornea for the cataract removal.
Potong ke? Oh my god, kau potong mata
This is
dia.
done with an extremely thin diamond scalpel.
Okay. Kau memang nak.
A bent needle is inserted into the incision and used to poke a hole into the clear sac that holds the lens with the cataract.
Needle dalam mata.
The needle is dragged to cut a line in the sac. With the incision made, we'll insert the forceps to grab the torn sac and tear a circle out of it.
Oh my god.
Now you will need to inject fluid into the incision to separate the lens from the capsule.
Sebab mata lah bagi aku benda yang aku tak nak jadi apa-apa something kalau boleh. Tak nak jadi apa-apa.
This causes the lens capsule to float,
Panjang
so
gila
that
dia ni
it can
jarum.
be rotated during the next step. We'll now perform phacoemulsification, or phaco. This is done by using ultrasound to break up the affected lens so it can be removed from the eye. To do this, we pulse and drag the device to cut across the cataracted lens.
Kau potong ke? Oh my god.
We repeat the phaco from the other direction to create 4 pieces.
Oh my god. Lalu kau buat bunyi macam tu. Why? You really need to do that.
The phaco is then used to suction out the pieces of the
panjang.
lens.
Buat. Ya Allah. Bergerak-gerak mata dia.
I'll need you to remove the last remaining soft cataract material out of the eye.
Aku nak berhenti. No. Okay. Macam bunyi sedap you. Okay, not bad. Sedap bunyi dia.
When you're done, inject more viscoelastic fluid into the lens capsule to keep it from collapsing.
Okay. Masuk ya. Get used to it. Okay, aku dah okay dah. Tak ada masalah, tengok dulu.
The flexible intraocular lens is rolled up for insertion by the assistant and placed in a soft tube.
Okay.
The IOL is now injected through a tube into the vacant lens capsule.
Oh, dia masuk dalam mata? Masuk dalam mata? Serius lah? Stop.
A probe is used to spin the lens into place.
Okay, masuk. Oh, lepas tu dia dah pusing-pusing. Oh, dia memang pusing-pusing kat situ. Oh, aku tahu.
The thick fluid we added to the eye will need to be removed, and any remaining microscopic cataract fragments should be rinsed out as well.
Oh, dia sedut balik
The
lah.
incisions in the eye are generally self-sealing. Very rarely that we need to add a suture to close the incision.
Alhamdulillah.
In our patient's case, we don't need any sutures. The lens is now in place. Our patient will need someone to drive her home after cataract surgery, and she shouldn't drive until she's cleared at her follow-up appointment tomorrow. We'll prescribe medicated eye drops to use several times each day for a few weeks after the cataract surgery. And she'll need to wear a protective eye shield while sleeping or napping for about a week after surgery.
Dia tidur pun kena.
A special pair of post-op sunglasses
Looking good.
will also be worn to protect her eye from sunlight and other bright light as her eye recovers.
Macam memes je.
You did a great job today, surgeon. While you're here, try your hand at one of our other surgeries here at surgerysquad.com.
Virtual mastectomy. Virtual laser tattoo removal. Woo! It's so good. Yet. So crazy, man. So yeah, okay aku rasa 2 surgery dalam satu video ni pun aku rasa okay dah kot. Aku tak larat aku nak layan game dah lama. Tak boleh dah dengan mata. Alright, thank you guys. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.